Hello everyone, this is Brainy Ghost, and today I'm gonna review Fate the Traitor Soul. This review will only discuss the new features that are added in this game. This game is the successor of the Fate Undiscovered Realms, so if you wanna know the features of Fate Undiscovered Realms that has been inherited by Fate the Traitor Soul, then watch my Fate Undiscovered Realms review first. About the scoring system of my review, better watch the intro of my other reviews. Now those are out of the way, let's start the review. Fate the Traitor Soul is the third Fate installment and the successor of Fate Undiscovered Realms. This game is closely similar to Fate Undiscovered Realms with some changes. Let's start off with the character creation. Players can now choose different races. There are 4 races: Human, Shadow Elf, Kagger, and Orc. Each race has its own unique strengths. For example, a human has 5 bonus skill points in attack, defense, and charm magic skills. Also, there's a variety of pets to choose from. In previous installments, players can only choose between a dog and a cat. In this game, players can now choose from more than 2 pets. I like this improvement in the character creation screen, and this improvement is significant in my opinion, so I'll give 25 good points for this improvement. In the Temple of Fate, 4 continents are available: Druantia, Typhon, Town of Grove, and Chamber of Trials. If you had played the 2 previous Fate installments, you would notice that the only continent here that is new is the Chamber of Trials. In the Chamber of Trials, there are unique quests, or the game calls it rare quests, that can only be completed in the Chamber of Trials. Depends on the difficulty and player's skill. This rare quest can be a challenge or a walk in the park. I like the rare quest that the Chamber of Trials offers, and also the Chamber of Trials itself. So I'll give 17 good points for this additional content. To fully complete this game, players need to complete the 2 heroic quests in Druantia and Typhon. Get heroic items and put them to their respective statues. Complete all quests in the Chamber of Trials and complete the Master Quest. Some quests that are mentioned here are dependent, some are not. For example, in order to complete the Master Quest, players must complete the heroic quest in Druantia and Typhon. Therefore, the Master Quest is dependent on the 2 heroic quests that I mentioned earlier. As you might have noticed from my earlier statement, there are no special quests in the Town of Grove. Well, I think the purpose of the Town of Grove in this game is to make players revisit the continent for extra levels. Getting extra levels from the Town of Grove is really helpful, especially when playing on tough difficulty like the hardcore difficulty. This game has more grind than the Undiscovered Realms. First off, heroic quests in Druantia and Typhon are located somewhere around level 40. The last quest in the Chamber of Trials is located somewhere around level 90, and the Master Quest is located somewhere around level 25. That's a lot of dungeon delving adventures if you do the math. I don't like this pacing. This kind of pacing makes the game seem dull and boring. It takes time to reach each of the main objectives of the game, and the fun factor that the game produces is not enough compensation to overlook the big gap between exploring dungeon floors and completing main objectives. I'll give 11 bad points for this pacing. Now let's talk about the new fun features and items in this game. For me, these are the new fun features and items. New equipment type, which is the back armor equipment. New accessory type, which is the earrings accessory. New artifacts or legendary items like the magical wings, etc. Increased gemstone rarity. Standard gemstone rarity can now be divided into cracked, standard, superior, perfect, and divine. New gemstones like diamond, etc. New spells like Thunder Sword, Dragon Fire, or I would like to call it Summoning Dragon Head spell, if you will, etc. Special attack or Rage attack. This attack doubles your damage output and can be abused if players have lots of stamina. Bear in mind that lifesteal doesn't work with Rage attack. Players still need to do normal attack in order to lifesteal from enemies. And last but not the least, the primary and secondary weapon tabs. Unlike in the previous Fate games, players can now have two weapon choices. This weapon switching feature is really helpful, especially when dealing with enemies with high resistance to the player's main weapon damage. I'll give 33 good points for these new features and items. Also, I forgot to mention this. Characters level cap has been increased. From what I've heard, the level cap in the first Fate game is level 99 or 100, and level 199 and 200 in Undiscovered Realms. Apparently, a character in this game can level up past level 200. Also, Pet's inventory has been expanded. What a nice upgrade for our little friend that doesn't die. New armor sets and weapons have been added in this game, like Elfame armor set and weapons, etc. I'll give 29 good points for the new armor sets and weapons. Few additional pet transformations have been added in this game, like Cerberus, Sabertooth Rider, etc. In terms of cuteness, I think Sabertooth Rider is the most adorable pet transformation in this game. In terms of power, nothing can beat the Scorpioline. I'll give 10 good points for new pet transformation and 5 additional good points for Sabertooth Rider pet. Some NPCs in the game have worded dialogues. In Undiscovered Realms, NPCs' dialogues are mostly grunts, groans, growls, etc. Also, the storage trunk can be seen in the 3 continents apart from the Chamber of Trials, and it can also be seen in the Temple of Fate. I'll give 7 good points for this improvement. New enemies and teams are added, and they mostly appear in the Chamber of Trials. I'll give 12 good points for new enemies and teams. There's a feature that is not new in this game, but I forgot to include in my Undiscovered Realms review, and this feature is the Fate Cards system. This system gives players random items or gold depending on card combination. Fate cards can be divided into different classes, which are Wield, Chaos, and Skies. In those classes, cards are divided into ranks, which are Servant, Hero, Implement, Seeker, Guardian, and Agent. In my experience, the best card combination in order to get a unique gemstone is combining 2 heroes of Chaos and 1 hero of Skies. This combination might also work in Undiscovered Realms because I think the Fate cards mechanics of Undiscovered Realms and the Traitor Soul are the same. I'll give 8 good points for this system. Now, let's talk about the bad parts of this game. Lots of glitches like broken textures, broken image of an item, etc. If you're playing on Steam and want to get all the Steam achievements of this game, then don't waste your time. At the time of making this review, the Steam achievement mechanics of this game are broken and buggy. These problems persist with the Steam build. I'll give 15 bad points for these bugs. Alright, let's count the good and bad points. This game has 146 good points and 26 bad points, and the final score is 5.6, which is an average score with 5 bronze stars. In summary, Fate the Traitor Soul is the third installment of the Fate series. This installment is pretty identical to its predecessor. Nonetheless, this game has lots of new fun features that make the game more fun and exciting than its predecessor.